They have done it again. ESPN has utilized its FPI to completely ruin what we love about college football. This is a travesty. And what I mean by that is Alabama blown out by FSU. And I hate in this country how we automatically go, well, Florida State must be a top 10 team. it
gotta be.
Like Alabama.
It's them that are wrong, basically, is what they're saying.
Alabama,
we weren't wrong. They were.
Just be bad. It's fine. Now Alabama is number 4 in the country. Florida loses to USF. Right, the big mighty SEC losing to Southern Florida. They fall to 23, and 12 SEC teams are crammed in here. Shout out to Big Ten Information and News for bringing this up. On 3 for the graphic. ESPN's FPI it's a computer. It's like if the BCS wanted to, can I say fellatio?
You did. Fillate.
The SEC. Yeah. This is. That's probably allowed. That's probably above the little minds. So I'm gonna, because it's 7, it's marginal, right? This is the ESPN FPI top 25 that is built solely as a PR machine for the SEC. And you see Alabama at 4. Why is USC at 5?
I have not heard. I'm not going to lie to you. I might have missed something. I have not heard anything about USC through 2 weeks. 3 weeks of college football. No idea who they played.
Like, why is Arkansas,
they won?
Why is Arkansas at 18? Yeah, their schedule's going to be hard.
How about this generational run for you, 17 through 19? These are all your teams all in a row. BYU, Arkansas, TCU.
Riff Ram.
And then there's a cock right after it. I mean, it's like, it's perfect.
Look at these zoos.
Straight told to a T.
I need to ask Gary Patterson where the Riff Ram thing came from. Because when they beat...
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
Did you see the locker room celebration after the TCU North Carolina game? It's like Sonny Dykes walks in the middle of the room and he's like, all right, guys, we're going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. And they all do the... And it's orchestrated mumbling is what it is.
It's very bizarre. It's complete gibberish. And here's were they Pentecostals? Were they speaking in tongues? That's
the problem. Is sometimes I get into these situations where I make fun of things and they're like, oh, well, the team wore those jerseys for cancer patients. I'm like, the jerseys still look terrible, but I get it. So if it was one of those, like, a terminally ill child, these
who had not really spoken English yet.
These were their final words. Riff Ram Bazoo, and we think they loved TCU. That's where, like, egg on my face.
Likely what happened, I think.
But we do see some Big 12 teams that get to hang out here. But Auburn's at 11. Again, the Baylor factor.
I think that should be taken into account for the power index.
Missouri at 12. The Kansas factor. Hello. It's every time that the SEC beats the Big 12, they get to improve. But the Big 12 is terrible in the mind of the ESPN and their small computer that they have. Again, Florida still being in this thing is a travesty. And I don't look. I'm not the subscriber to South Carolina being the best team in the country. But why are they at 20 and USC at 5? I've actually seen South Carolina do something, you know?
Yeah, and it's kind of going to go hand in hand with this. What really took me by surprise on this is, like, it's a PR for the SEC, but there's clearly a ton of Big Ten flavor in here. That's how you get USC to 5. Well, like, Oklahoma they won by a score, but they more or less worked one of the top Big Ten teams just 2 days ago. And they're sitting there at 22. Like, sorry, what has Arkansas done that makes them better than Oklahoma? Like, where is that in the computer here? You know, A&M or USC, what have they done that's better than Oklahoma? I'm not following. I'm sorry. Same thing with Miami. Like, did Miami not just beat Notre Dame? Like, what are we doing? And I get it. Oh, it's not the actual rankings. It's the power index. But, like, what am I missing here? You know?
Yeah, and when they say
it might
football,
be the only one that's got Illinois correct. At 24 is the top. The AP's got them in the top 10. I don't know where that's coming from, but they might be the only one that got that right.
When they say football power index, I still don't really know what that means, and no one can explain to me why the algorithm is what the algorithm is. But it's where we sit now. How about this? Try this on for size. The AP poll, no better. When we asked the human beings to do it, they're like, oh shoot. How many SEC teams can we fit inside of our AP poll? The answer was, I think this is 11. I didn't count it. I believe it's 11. LSU at number 3, which I think they could be the number 1 team in the country. LSU's looked pretty darn good, but they were sloppy this week. But I like the Clemson win on the road. Georgia was bad against Austin Peay. score like 27-7 final score, I believe. That's not good against Austin Peay. We've already seen Texas lose. South Carolina at 11 feels fair. They have that quarterback, and he's good.
Yeah, I know. I want to see them beat somebody. I like South Carolina. I think they're a good team, but I do want to see them beat somebody. But I guess
here's where we get to just, we're 15, Tennessee. Where did they come from? Who decided that? Who thought at 16, Texas A&M? I mean, really, Oklahoma could be included in this. Oh, you beat 7-6 Michigan at home. Mm-hmm. Congrats. The idea that Ole Miss can struggle with Kentucky, and we didn't like them preseason. Exactly. Now we like them. Alabama is at 19. BYU is unranked. There are Big 12 schools that are behind Alabama. That Texas Tech is behind Alabama. No. Then again, the Baylor factor and the Kansas factor. Auburn at 24, Missouri at 25. How do you not like these teams whatsoever? And then first, in the case of most of them, like they struggle against a Big 12 opponent or a ACC opponent, but win. And now you're like, oh, shoot, we forgot. They're supposed to be top 25.
Yeah, that's where it's kind of getting me. It's like we're going to put this kind of respect for Auburn and Missouri for beating Big 12 teams. Okay, fine. Like I can, as someone who's a Big 12 propagandist, I'm here for that. But then why is Texas Tech falling a spot? You know what I mean? If we have such respect for the Big 12, why is Iowa State at 14 if we have such respect for the Big 12? I mean, they're sitting there at 3-0. They've beaten a Big 10 team and what some believed was the best Big 12 team going into this season. So why does Auburn and Missouri get the respect for beating a Big 12 team, but Iowa State doesn't? They've beat a Big 10 and a Big 12 team. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find 3 teams ahead of them that have the resume that Iowa State has so far. And that doesn't normally mean I know how the AP poll works. I'm not that much of an idiot. I know that doesn't mean Iowa State gets in the top 5, but that's where it's not adding up to me.
Josh Pate has that poll that he does every week.
Yeah.
And I don't think Pate does anything with it. I don't think it's not his opinion whatsoever. He doesn't actually power rank the teams.
He's just got his own algorithm thing.
Sure, but the algorithm isn't an algorithm. He goes to FanDuel and says neutral site matchup, who wins?
Yeah, that's his computer. Yeah.
And the FanDuel is like, oh, Alabama's favored by 9 against Florida State. So we just saw the game. The Pate's like, man, Alabama number 2. And
I think he also said Texas should have stayed number 1, right?
Right.
Was that Pate that said that? Yeah.
Yes.
After they lost, I'm like, but they just lost. Like we just saw it, man.
And I do actually like Josh Pate. He's been on the show before.
He's good.
But I'm like, Josh, it's good rage bait. It's really good rage bait. You're like, this is rage what Vegas would say. Man. Yeah. It's again, every time. And the second that I'm like, man, today, I think I'm going to not like Josh Pate. I go and I watch a clip from a show or a piece of a show. And yeah, every 3 weeks he says something bad about the Big 12. I get mad. But most of it is really good and clever. He's like old school Sports Center. He makes me feel like I'm watching old school Sports Center.
He is what you want Brett McMurphy to be.
Wow. Yeah. You just ate and left no crumbs. Coming up, you know who's eating right now? The BYU Cougars. And they're not eating edibles. They're eating
they're not eating kosher anymore.
They're eating good old-fashioned football. This is Locked On Big 12, Locked On Baylor. The game cap. My game cap is on the way, by the way. I got the West Virginia one. Hindsight's 2020. I did not know they would lose to Ohio and lose Jaheim White. But a quick question for all college football fans. If you go back in time, sit front row at your school's biggest rivalry game, what hat would you be wearing? Yes, hat. For me, it'd be the game. They're not just hats. They're the best from the 80s and 90s, and they still go for the same price they did way back then. Use code LOCKEDON, LOCKEDON. Get a vintage hat for $16.99. Go to thegamecaps.com. Thegamecaps.com. Grab your team's classic bar or retro circle design. Use code LOCKEDON for an exclusive discount because the legends wear the game. Cameron Stewart of Locked On Baylor.